Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Wonderful. I'd like to echo the sentiments of Beth and Heather and Kelsey and thank Ken, David, and Melinda for hosting these wonderful concerts. It's a huge gift to the whole community, and if we could have a round of applause. I was thinking back, and it's been at least 5 months for me as well since I played a concert. So I was getting teary-eyed on the drive over from Whitewater. As Heather mentioned, this is not a combination for a piece. The reason this piece exists is because of friendship and love. I had two wonderful colleagues at the University of Wisconsin-Whitewater. Robin Fellows, who might be known to some of you. He played for many years in the Milwaukee Ballet. Wonderful flutist. Also, I collaborated with him in Bel Canto when they had orchestras and Skylight Opera and a number of other groups here in Milwaukee. And the violinist is Lijia, who still teaches at UW-Whitewater. Unfortunately, Robin left us in 2015, passed away from multiple myeloma. But fortunately, he was able to perform this piece about a year before he died, so it was a real gift to hear them perform it and a gift to hear it again performed tonight. A little bit of background, the piece is in 3 movements. Heather mentioned a certain spaciousness in my music, and that's because I grew up in the state of Nebraska. Is Nebraska known to any of you? It's known to most people as a place that you simply drive through on the way to get to someplace else, or perhaps fly over. Unfortunately, I-80 is the path through perhaps the least interesting part of the state. The state of Nebraska is a magic place, and I've tried to capture some of the magic of that landscape in this first movement. In some ways, you can think of the landscape as being stripped of everything that is inessential, and it makes you confront vastness. Vastness that's not empty, it's the opposite of emptiness, it's fullness, and it's power, and it's touching the infinite. If you put a shovel in the ground anywhere in Nebraska, you're liable to come across mammoth bones, or perhaps the fossils of sea life that lived 350 million years ago. The sky is an ever-changing painting, and it's a marriage of land and sky when you look out onto the prairie. So I've tried to depict this with a very expansive violin melody, which you will hear repeated, but I've constructed it in a way that hopefully you're not aware of the repetitions. And then above this, you will hear the flute weaving a counterpoint along with that line. And it's a perfect setting for this. You know, you'll hear the birds singing, and I had the larks singing in mind when I wrote the flute part. So that's Prairie Horizon. The second movement is about these necessary partings that we sometimes have as human beings. Sometimes we find ourselves in a situation or in a relationship where we recognize that we can no longer be. That's a difficult moment, and you'll hear these dissonances that depict the difficultness of that certain closeness and then moving away, moving apart, and finding a type of peace. But recognizing that's a difficult process, so you'll hear that explored. It's a reflection on the painful nature of necessary partings. Although in the midst of this pandemic, I want to write a piece about hugging and coming together because I've had too much space. I don't know how you feel about that. I think I miss hugs the most. And then the third movement is about the flow of life and the celebration of that, and its currents and eddies. And I hope that you find it playful and a helpful bookend to the entire work. So I hope you enjoy Meditations for Flute and Violin. Thank you for hosting this wonderful concert, and hope to see you afterwards. Thank you.